The worst thing about dinner is not cooking. It's not even cleaning. It is deciding what to make. When I first went fully vegan, I found it so overwhelming that within a few weeks, I started creating templates for myself. And I shared them with other people I knew who were also wanting to eat healthy vegan food, a whole foods plant-based diet, and they love them. So now, since 2017, 2018, those templates are all available on my website for you to download. There's a pack of 4, there's one for each season, and they are free. So why don't you start by getting the templates, downloading them, and I'm going to show you how they work so you can also plan your meals in 10 minutes or less while making sure to use what you already have in the fridge, no food waste. Highlight the feature ingredients that you've already purchased so that you can save money at the grocery store, not have to make so many decisions, and eat a diversity of whole foods that are healthy and whole plants. You can also take some shortcuts in there. I'm not going to stop you. Let's go over the whole plan together so you can know what to do. So click the link in the description below, download, print the one that fits the season that you are currently in, and we're going to go over it together. In this video, we're going to go over how to use those fill-in-the-blanks templates. They're kind of like Mad Libs. You've done that a long time ago, so I know it will come very naturally to you. The one thing I want to emphasize, though, is that before you get to meal planning, it's really important to do some kind of review or planning for your week ahead. Go and look at your calendar. Look at the different appointments and commitments that you have in your week. Maybe you have especially activities around dinner time that will make it difficult to cook at those times. And that is when it's so useful to decouple cooking from eating. So make sure to set some time aside at a different time in the week when you can prepare some of the building blocks you're going to need. And then when it's time to eat dinner, those things are ready to eat. Also, on days that are like super busy, it's a good idea to plan for simpler meals, not to have something elaborate that you will feel discouraged to put together and just end up ordering food. No, you don't want that, so think ahead. If you don't already have a process for your weekly plan, there is another template you can download from my website. I'm also going to add the link in the description below, so download that weekly review template, do that first, and then come back to do the meal planning. Now let's get started with this. When using these templates, there is a column on the left that tells you to go over what you already have at home. So we're not going to waste food. We're not to go start from scratch with all 7 new recipes, not at all. You already have food, I'm almost sure, in the fridge. Maybe it's existing leftovers that you can repurpose this week. Maybe you have produce that is not gonna get any better, let's face it, so it's time to use it at the beginning of the week. Perhaps you have sauces, dressing, condiments that you could bring forward and feature this week, as well as other pantry items or special spice mix. Just bring it forward, make sure to keep it on top of mind and use it this week. So you can list those items in that block in the upper left corner. Once that is done, we shift here to the right side where we're going to decide what are the main components of every meal of the week. So this is my building blocks approach where it is modular. We mix and match those different components. We don't think of the meals strictly as like one dinner recipe, but we think of the different components and we make them work together. On Sunday, for many families, Sunday is the Sunday roast tradition, the idea of something that has cooked slowly all day long and the house smells good. So here we don't make an exception to that. Sunday is a slow-cooked, comforting meal with extra portions for freezing that you can also use for lunches throughout the week. So I recommend making something like a chili or a vegan bolo sauce, one of those pasta sauces that you will enjoy and that has a lot of vegetables and beans to it, a curry, a stew, you name it, you make a double or even triple recipe of it so that you will have leftovers. It comes with a side, pick your favorite, and don't forget the toppings. It does round up the meal and make it feel a little bit special, especially on a Sunday. On Monday is stir fry day. I put a stir fry on Mondays because that's when I have those fresh, crunchy vegetables that I just bought on the weekend. So they're at their prime. It's the time to use them. And a stir fry is a really good way to do that. It's not a great it's not the best use of them to put them in a soup or a simmered dish. It's better to put them in a stir fry where their crunchiness and extra color are going to shine. Every stir fry should include some green vegetables and other vegetables, a sauce or seasoning, but really you can just use soy sauce in a pinch. Consider your protein like tofu, tempeh, soy curls, seitan. I put broccoli there because broccoli has a lot of protein compared to other vegetables. A grain, perhaps rice or noodles, and some kind of topping that you can use. And so those elements together will make a mighty stir fry. If you need some help to build your confidence in cooking your own stir fries without having to follow a recipe very closely, I have a short course on the topic that you can buy. It's currently on sale. I will put also the link in the description below. What's on Tuesday? Tuesday is pasta day. I love pasta. You can have long or short noodles. You can have a sauce of your choice. Make sure that it includes vegetables always, and consider your protein as well. Think of a topping. Personally, I always tick the vegan parm nuts box. I love to have vegan parm nuts in the fridge. It's basically some nuts blitzed a few times in the blender with nutritional yeast and garlic powder. It makes a delicious topping on any and all pasta dish. Wednesday is time to reap the fruit of the labor from the past. You have stuff in your freezer, probably. If you don't, you might have created some as of Sunday. You have to get the wheel turning of your emergency foods by always having something in the freezer. So on Wednesday, it's time to pull something out of the freezer, take a midweek break, and thaw it. It's a great idea to take it the night before, of course, so that it can thaw all day in the fridge, and combine it with a simple side like greens and a drizzle of balsamic vinegar. That will do the trick. And some kind of topping again to finish the dish. But if you don't have a topping, that's not the end of the world. Thursday, we scrape everything that's left in the fridge and we make soup. And there's different kinds of soups that you can make. You can choose a more Asian profile, perhaps more Italian, Indian, or Southwest style. And I include several different suggestions for the vegetables you might want to be using, as well as a grain that you can add to the soup to make it into a complete meal. And you can boost your soup with some extra ingredients like chickpeas, kimchi or sauerkraut, lentils, beans, herbs, and whatnot. And don't forget, if you can find fresh bread, it goes very well with soup and makes it a super enjoyable dinner. But you know what? Cut veggies and hummus are also an excellent choice there. Friday is fun day, and in this template, it is flat day. So it's a selection of either pizza or flatbread or crepes. You can learn to make simple crepes and stuff them with all sorts of leftovers. You have roll it up, maybe drizzle a sauce on top or sprinkle with some kind of vegan cheesy sauce that you have made. It is a very delicious way to end the week. And again, a little bit of a side, maybe greens and a super simple dressing would be lovely. You can reuse the same dressing throughout the week and then make a new one next week. That is fine. Saturday is the one day when you're completely free if you want to go and find a new recipe and cook it up. And then you will have learned something new. Perhaps even you would like to host a few friends over or family members on Saturday to explore with you. Alternatively, you can go for an old standby and have a really chill day, just eating something that is certain to please and make you happy. Once you're done having roughly planned all of your days, and of course, you don't have to tick all the boxes there, make some choices. You can leave sections blank and leave it to chance. That's totally okay. Of course, also you can mix and match the days. If, for example, Thursday is your busy day, then that would be a great day to do the freezer day instead of Wednesday. Use your common sense. And at the very end, you will want to complete the rest of the column on the left. Add some lunch and snack items that may not have been covered by your dinner list. Make a short shopping list. If you stick to classics, you're not always going to have to buy a bunch of different ingredients. So make sure that you first of all feature whatever you already have at home and then add whatever items you need to buy on the Get It section. And if you have identified that it's going to be helpful for you to decouple cooking and eating, if there's a few building blocks that you can prepare ahead of time, for example, cooking your whole grains ahead of time, you can identify those building blocks, make sure that you do cook them ahead, and it will make your weeks so much less stressful to have already some components ready to eat in the fridge, and you just need to do some touch-ups to bring it all together, a little bit of prep at dinner time. This meal plan template is premised on a basic understanding, at least, of the grammar of healthy vegan cooking, how to make soups, how to make stir fries, how to compose bowls in particular. So if you do not know what I'm talking about here and you feel you always need to rely on recipes, I strongly encourage you to check out my Cooking Without Thinking course and the video that show you how to do some improv in the kitchen, following those basic templates. Instead of following like a strict recipe from a cookbook, you can learn the formulas for cooking those healthy vegan standard dishes and learn to mix and match them yourself. That will be super useful. So go ahead and download those templates. They are free. You get one for each season, spring, summer, fall, and winter, so that you can always choose to eat the vegetables that are most seasonal, which means that they're super abundant, they're less expensive, they have more nutrition to them, they've traveled a shorter distance, there's fewer days between harvest and consumption, and having even a basic meal plan will make your week so much less stressful. Sit down, take 10 minutes to think about your meals for the coming week, and even if you don't have it all planned out in the minute detail, it will make such a difference to have a basic plan that guides you through the week. It will reduce your stress and make dinners so much more enjoyable, in addition to also ensuring that you are getting more nutrients, eating more different plants, and just having more tasty meals. I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.